Crest Agro is an integrated agribusiness that focuses on the cassava value chain. It sits on 13,000 hectares of farmland that cut across 3 local governments in Kogi State. This is Adavi local government, Lokoja local government, and Oke local government. It has a 21,000 metric tons per annum capacity factory in Kogi local government of Kogi State, where it produces food grade and pharmaceutical grade cassava starch. Our vision is to be the leading manufacturer of cassava starch and its derivatives, sweeteners, sorbitol in the sub-Saharan Africa. Secondly, we want to be the best platform for which any global food or industrial ingredient company that want to enter the sub-Saharan Africa market can come through.
In 2013, Cardinal Stone initiated the business as the lead promoter and sole financier, then worked closely with Sterling Bank to access some subsidized funding from the Central Bank of Nigeria through the CAC scheme. Then we proceeded to assemble a consortium of technical and operating partners from different parts of the world, farming partners from Latin America, processing partners from Thailand, and equipment manufacturers from Europe and North America. Finally, in 2017, we invited investment capital from Afin, which is managed by the Sahel Capital team. For us, it was very important to bring a strong value-add investor like Sahel to the table to help us achieve the bold vision we have for Crest.
There were a number of different reasons that got us quite excited with the investment opportunity. First for us is that key for investment strategy are import substitution opportunities where we can competitively grow and produce products that are competitive regardless of imports or duties in the market. And the cassava starch sector is one example of that, where Nigeria is perfectly positioned to produce competitive products. There are a large amount of starch and other derivative products imported into the country, and Crest Agro is positioned to produce starch and other derivatives like sorbitol and sweeteners to this market.
Within our nascent Crest team, we've built capacity already within technical farming methods, but also within general management for the team. Beyond this, though, more excitingly, our team develops and improves farming practices. We're able to transfer these to the broader smallholder community, and we're already seeing the impact on improved smallholder yields, which we see continuing going forward.
From the start of Crest Agro product, one of the first things we did was to understand what are the challenges that are being faced by the starch manufacturers in Nigeria. From our study, we found out that 2 basic problems that the starch producers in Nigeria do have. First is availability of the product all around the year. This is because cassava itself is a seasonal product. Secondly is consistency in quality of supply, which is a major issue that most of the multinational off-takers complain about. So to mitigate against this, what we have done is first to invest into farming. Today we sit on 13,000 hectares of farmland, which we have done a GPS mapping of, and which is into full operation. Now, we've done a lot of mechanization and a lot of improvement, both in stems and farming practices that we have developed this day. We've been able to achieve currently over 20 tons per hectare of farmland, compared to the average of 14 tons per hectare that is being achieved by local farmers in Nigeria.
Crest Agro runs inclusive business. We believe in youth and women empowerment, which is evident in our Art Growers program. Currently, we've contracted about 1,500 smallholder farmers, and out of these, 30% of them are women. And we want to increase that number to about 50% in the next 2 to 3 years. We offer various supports in our Art Growers program, from provision of inputs and mechanization, facilitates access to credit, agronomic and organization training, extension services, and we also have off-take arrangements for our farmers.
To ensure consistency of quality, which is one of the big challenges we found out with most of the starch manufacturers, we invest in the best technology in terms of starch production, which is being given by the International Starch Institute, ISI, in Denmark. The equipment is such a closed system that there is no interference of human being at all in the whole production process, apart from inputting the cassava, then you take out the starch at the end of the day. This ensures consistency in quality of production. Today, we're able to produce starch that is with moisture content as low as 6% and can go up to as 12%, depending on the requirement of the off-takers. From the quality analysis that we have done, the starch that we produce meets the international standard for both food grade and pharmaceutical grade of starch.
From the very beginning, we were quite deliberate about how we engaged the community. First, in keeping them informed as key stakeholders, but then along the line, in involving them as and when it was appropriate. At some points to work on our farms, at some points to purchase from them as outgrowers, and in developing the processing facility, actually developing certain elements of that where they had the capacity for that construction.
Tikono na hina chabo na lanjini anningbe amo ahiri chingaba the company na nabe ubale ainingbe iba mumuru na iba nyokarwa yela dai.
It has been part and parcel of us, so there has been a robust relationship between the management and the community. And so far I want to say the company has carried the community along. We have a reasonable number of our children working there. To my surprise, the company engaged even the females in the community.
Another thing we're jointly looking at with the management team is biodiesel and other energy efficient opportunities we can put in place at the plant. We think this is very critical for both long-term competitiveness in terms of lowering overall operating costs, but also it makes sense just for a pure environmental impact strategy.
In terms of medium-term vision for Crest, we see it in three ways. First is operationally. We hope to get the business from operating a 21,000 ton plant today to somewhere between 80 to 100,000 metric tons, as well as everything that comes along with that ecosystem, the captive farming, the outgrower farming, and the different supply chain partners all the way to the customers. I think secondly is in terms of social impact. First, today the company employs a little bit over 1,000 people directly and through its supply chain. We hope to get that beyond 10,000 people, as well as just positively impacting and improving the livelihoods of the people it employs and the communities in which it operates. Finally, is to be able to establish Crest as a reference point, as an example across Nigeria and Africa as a whole of how to set up socially responsible, sustainable businesses that can positively impact our communities.